Welcome to Caledonian Horticulture's Spring Gardening Guide. My name's Andy Peasgood and these are 10 things that I'm doing in my garden this spring. I've got some coffee grounds here and they are really rich in nutrients, especially nitrogen. However, they form a really dense texture, which makes it really hard for any water or for any air to breathe through. So what we do is that we mix it in with some soil, and here I've got some Caledonian Horticulture Kelpie compost, and then I'm just going to mix it through and then apply it in the borders or in any containers that I need to. Ideally, we want to feed our roses before the leaves are fully opened out, like you can see here. And a good time to do that is in spring. And by doing it in spring, it gives plenty of time for those nutrients to get down into the soil, ready for that first flush of flowers in early summer. Introduce supports for your herbaceous peonies, as high winds can really damage the stems. I'm using a peony support like this. Sow any sweet peas, vegetables or plants and keep them indoors for a couple of weeks until it's warm enough outside. And make sure that you use a little bit of vermiculite on top of that just to hold the moisture in to prevent it from drying out. Deadhead your spring bulbs, but make sure that you're only cutting back the flowering stem because it's the leaves that are collecting the energy for next year's flower. Lift and divide plants, which means free plants. And doing it this early in the season means we reduce the stress on the plant itself. And to do that, very simply, you can take spades or forks, put them back to back together here, and then you just separate them that way and you'll have two plants. The follow-up job to dividing your perennials is to either plant them out in the borders or to pot them up like I'm doing here. And doing this now, as the root system sat outside of the soil, can cause additional stress. If your borders require some support, then now's a really good time to be getting on with that before all the lush growth starts. If you do it later on in the season, then there's a high chance that you're going to damage your plants. Plant out perennials with a mature root system. Juvenile plants means juvenile growth, and that is really tasty for slugs and they'll just eat away at your plants. So avoid juvenile plants, do them later in the season, but pick your more mature plants, ones that have got a more mature root system. That way they are more likely to survive a slug attack. Here I'm planting out a Stilby cappuccino. Mulch your borders. Not only does it suppress weeds, but it maintains moisture in the soil.